Welcome to the Down to Seas podcast. We are back after a crazy week 16. I believe crazy might be an understatement. I've seen some wild things um, throughout the week. Two things particular in that
Yeah.
Steelers game. Uh, Brandon's back with us. How are you doing? How was your week?
Going on? What's going on? Doing all right.
Big win for the Seahawks this week, so I'm sure you're happy about that.
Oh yeah, number one in the NFC.
It's a big win for my Panthers too. Number one in the NFC South. We officially control our own destiny, and I love that. We do need a little help if we want to take care of the division this week, um, but we'll get into that eventually. Just to start for our viewers or our listeners on Spotify, um, just leave us a comment somewhere. Email us if you want to. Would love to hear your thoughts on some of these little headlines we have around the NFL this week. What about 10 rounds in Detroit? DK Metcalf suspended after an altercation with a fan. You got to let words go, man. A Saints Saint?
Deserved.
A Saints Saint? Is Tyler Shuck an Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate? Stealthy or lucky? Are the Jaguars an actual threat to the one seed in AFC?
That's what I want to talk about.
Talent show or general election? Is the Pro Bowl a popularity contest? That's my questions to the fans for this week. And speaking of the Pro Bowl and popularity contest, I have the Pro Bowl roster for you, Brandon, and I want you to give your thoughts once I read these names off.
All right.
This year's Pro Bowl roster, I don't think is as bad as previous years.
Is it already set? Or...
Yeah, they released today. They released today. Um, this year's roster is not as bad, I don't think. Last year was absolutely terrible. Like Russell Wilson was not a Pro Bowler last year. No doubt about it. Yet he was
He was only in
not
because he's always good in the Pro Bowl.
yeah, yeah.
There's
Like
a little contest.
and somebody was an alternate and it was like how did you even become an alternate? Like you're not even a top 10 quarterback in the league, but that's beside the point. Last year was terrible. This year's not as bad, but there are a couple names in here or a couple names left off that I'm just like,
Thing is, I haven't
hmm.
even paid attention to the Pro Bowl in the past few years. It's just gone sissy.
Yeah, they're killing the Pro Bowl. But anyway, for the NFC, your quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold, and Dak Prescott. Your running backs, Jameer Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey, and Bijan Robinson. Kyle Juszczyk at fullback. Your receivers, Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith and Jigba, George Pickens, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tight ends, Trey McBride, George Kittle. Your offensive tackles, Penei Sewell, Tristan Wirfs, Trent Williams. Your offensive guards, Tyler Smith, Joe Thuney, Chris Lindstrom. Your centers are Drew Dowman and Cam Jurgens. Defensive ends, Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. Defensive tackles, Jalen Carter, Leonard Williams, Quentin Williams. Outside linebacker, Brian Burns, Jared Verse, Byron Young. Middle linebacker, Jack Campbell and Zach Bond. Corners are J.C. Horn, Devin Witherspoon, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. Your safeties are Kevin Byard and Antoine Winfield and Buda Baker. John Weeks is your long snapper, Tress Way at punter, Brandon Aubrey at kicker, and your return man, Rashid Shaheed. And then in AFC,
Man, I love to hear all them Seahawks names in there.
yeah. In the AFC, your quarterbacks are Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Drake May. Running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, James Cook. Fullback, Patrick Ricard. Who else? There's never. I don't recall another. I don't recall another good fullback in the AFC other than Patrick Ricard
Who
ever.
did you different
Um,
Picard,
yeah, Patrick Ricard.
the GOAT.
Yeah. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, and Cortland Sutton. Tight ends, Brock Bowers and Travis Kelsey. Offensive tackle, Garrett Bowles, Deion Dawkins, Joe Alt. Offensive guard, Quinn, I can't say his name, but Meaners, however you want to say his name. I
Okay.
apologize to him for butchering his name. Um, Quentin Nelson, Trey Smith. Your centers are Creed Humphrey and Tyler Linderbaum. Defensive end, Will Anderson, Miles Garrett, Max Crosby. Defensive tackle, Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, Zach Allen, outside linebacker Nick Benito, TJ Watt, Tui Peluto, I always butcher his name too. Middle linebacker Roquan Smith, Aziz Alshire, corner Derek Stingley Jr., Patrick Surtain, who is right now currently my top candidate for Defensive Player of the Year if I had my way of it. Christian Gonzalez, Denzel Ward. Your safeties are Jalen Ramsey, Kyle Hamilton, and Derwin James. Long snapper Ross Matizik, however you say his name. Punter Jordan Stout, kicker Cameron Dicker, and return man Chamir Dyke. There's a couple names on this list that I don't think really should be there,
Yeah,
but that's just me. There's a couple names that aren't on this list that I was very much looking for. What are your thoughts on that?
mm,
And do you think it's become more of a popularity contest rather than producing in the regular season?
it definitely is. I mean, we see that with Russ Wilson in there last year, even though he didn't do anything. But there's a lot of names that I expected to be in there that are in there. So kudos to them for actually doing that. But on the other hand, they should have left Travis Kelce out. He has not done anything. I feel like Brock Bowers, even though he's been injured, he should still be in there. Or what's his name? I forgot his name. But anybody but Travis Kelce, because I mean, obviously that's popularity over anything.
Yeah, Travis Kelsey getting in. As much as I hate to say it, Trevor Lawrence not being in the quarterback room for the AFC is
He's
a little
he's
bit.
going crazy this year.
I'm
That's what I
not a
wanted
Trevor
to talk
Lawrence.
about after this.
Yeah. I'm not a Trevor Lawrence guy, but he's arguably like a B tier MVP candidate in the AFC, if in my opinion, because
It's a good
he's
word for it.
he's single handedly carrying that offense. In my opinion.
I mean, ETN's going crazy too. Can't
Yeah, I
count
mean
him out.
the run game has been good, but their receivers have not been great.
Yeah.
They've had moments, but they've
I
not
mean,
been
he
overall
throws.
great.
Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence can throw the ball. Um, but he's not getting that many passing yards because, I mean, the receivers.
yeah. Um, so to see things like that, Derek Brown. I don't know if it's just a Panther in me, but last year he gets injured. The year before that, he broke the record for single season tackles for loss or tackles by a defensive tackle. And this year he's not like leading the league or anything, but he's been a force in the middle of the defense. So to not see him on the list for the NFC was it drew a question mark from me. And with that, there's no Derek Brown, but there's J.C. Horn. And to me, J.C. Horn has not had a J.C. Horn type of year. He's been very up and down. He's had great moments. He's had bad moments. But Derek Brown really hasn't had any bad moments. So I don't know. You look at Jameer Gibbs, who had a few weeks where he didn't really produce. Um, but
He's in, right?
yeah,
He
he's
definitely deserves it.
yeah, he deserves it. But I'm just saying, if you like, how do you determine who's in, who's out? If you're like, it's just like the college football playoff, if you want to look at it that way.
At the end of the day, it is based on player votes and fan votes, so it is going to be
Yeah,
popularity.
yeah,
But also, I mean, you got to factor in stats. Jameer Gibbs, he is top three back in the NFC, no doubt about it. So he deserves to
right.
be in. But other names like Travis Kelce, I mean, and names gotten left off. I mean, Sam Darnold, I don't even think I heard that name. Did he got named?
Yeah. He's in
Okay,
there.
okay. Well, never mind. I retract my statement, but still,
But I don't know. I don't understand. Like, how do you determine? Like, I hate voting systems when it comes to All Star games in general. The MLB. I don't know
me
about the
too.
NBA. I don't know if they do it, but the MLB and the NFL specifically, I hate voting for who gets into the All Star game. That is so dumb, in my opinion.
Agree.
It should solely be based off your production that year. Because then you have guys who ran for 2,000 yards last year, they run for 2 yards this year, but because they ran for 2,000 yards the year before and everybody knows who they are, they're going to become an all-star the next year too, no matter what they do. They could break their leg in week one and they're still going to make the Pro Bowl at in week 21 or whatever week it is because they're everybody knows who they are and young kids like him. And
Right.
I think that's so dumb. I mean, you look around the MLB, the Dodgers are not I mean, they're a great team, but not every one of their players are producing at an all-star rate. Yet
Exactly.
half of their starting lineup makes the all-star game every year. And it just it irritates me. It irritates me. I don't like voting for all-star game rosters. I think that's a
Yeah.
little
And it should
outlandish.
be
I think
based
it
on stats and stats only.
Yep, production. I don't know. I don't know. The Pro Bowls went downhill in an entirety anyway. But
I don't even pay attention to it anymore, so it doesn't even
yeah.
matter to me.
I'll be honest. The only thing I watch during the Pro Bowl games is
The mini
dodgeball,
game. Yep, dodgeball.
dodgeball, and what's the one called? Best Hands. They might
That
have
one, yeah.
changed the name of it.
Yeah.
I watch dodgeball and Best Hands. That's the only. That's all I'm worried about.
And even then, they don't even go hard in that.
Yeah, no.
So there's even
Moving
no
on.
point to have the mini games.
Yeah, yeah. Moving on. The playoff picture for this week, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. We had some crazy shakeups. Some crazy shakeups. I don't know if you've looked at the playoff picture, but I don't know if you've looked at the playoff picture, but it changed around a lot. It changed around a lot, and it's kind of crazy. A lot of teams can be eliminated this week from um, different races or um, positioning, I guess. A couple teams can be eliminated from playoff contention as a whole in week 17. Um, there's a lot that can happen. Starting in the AFC, here's your AFC playoff picture. The Denver Broncos at number one, 100%. First in the AFC West, 12-3. The Patriots, they're 12-3, first in the AFC East. They've already clinched. The Jaguars in third, 11-4, first in the AFC South. They've already clinched. The fifth seed, LA Chargers, are 11-4 in their second AFC West. They've already clinched the playoff spot. The sixth seed, Buffalo Bills, 11-4, second in AFC East, have also already clinched the playoff spot. The four-seeded Pittsburgh Steelers are 9-6, first in the AFC North, 91% chance to make the playoffs. They've not yet clinched, but boy, it's getting close there for the Ravens. They are in ninth, 7-8, second AFC North with a 9% chance to make the playoffs now after losing with that Steelers crazy win against the Lions this week. It was I don't know if you saw the end of that game. I didn't. I've never seen something like that. Two
I
things that
did
I've
see the
never
end of
seen
that game.
before. Yeah, two things I've never seen before happened.
Amon Ra really screwed them over. Really helped the Ravens. I mean, the Steelers.
Yeah, yeah. That last play, man. Jared Goff throws that little flat route or screen or whatever it was to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Was that who the ball went to?
I think so.
Oh, it might have went to Tesla or whatever his name is. I don't know. I don't know. But he threw that little screen route or flat for the game winner, really. Receiver catches the ball, stops short of the goal line. Whistle doesn't blow. Ball comes out. Receiver hits the ground. Jared Goff picks up the football, dives into the end zone. Touchdown. Lions fans go insane. They think they just won the game. Flag on the field. But the flag is offensive pass interference, so that negates the play, in which case the fumble never happened. So the touchdown doesn't count. Game's over, Steelers win. It was truly crazy. Earlier on in the
The
game,
whole week was
Kenneth,
crazy.
Kenneth Gainwell's running down the sideline. Vintage Aaron Rodgers right here. Not the exact same type of scenario, but general same concept. He throws a deep ball prayer to Kenneth Gainwell. Due to defensive pass interference, Kenneth Gainwell falls down, and while laying on the ground, the ball lands right in his face. And he catches the ball. Defender doesn't pick him, doesn't touch him. Kenneth Gainwell gets up and runs for 20 extra yards and scores a touchdown. I've never seen something like that before. That Steelers Lions game was absolutely crazy. To finish up the AFC playoff picture, the Bills are in sixth, 11-4. They've already clinched their second AFC East. And the Colts lose a heartbreaker in big fashion to the 49ers. They're 8-7, third in the AFC South. They're not out of it yet, but there's only a 3% chance they make the playoffs. Your take on the AFC?
Yeah, I want to bring up the Broncos. They truly let me down. I said they look like the best team in football, and they go and lose to Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Not by 7 or 3 or not even a score. It was 2 scores, which was crazy to me. They looked like a shell of their old self out there. So with that being said, I retract that statement. I don't think they're the best team in football. I think it might be the Patriots because they really faced adversity going against the Ravens. Tyler Huntley looked really good out there. Mac Jones or not Mac Jones, Drake May found a way to clutch it up.
Somebody said last week that Drake May, basically saying Drake May was overrated because he doesn't win big games. Here's the thing. A little bit of this is bias, but not really. Also, along with this, because of the bias, I can somewhat see where this guy's coming from. I forgot who said it anyway. But I could kind of see where he's coming from. But the person who said it, I know they weren't watching North Carolina football. I know they weren't watching Drake May in college. So him saying this is solely based off of his NFL experience. The thing is, Drake May hasn't played in a lot of big games. He's only played in 1 or 2 big games. And that one of them was the Bills game last week.
Yeah.
That's his first real big game in the NFL, and yeah, they lost.
Exactly.
Oh well.
I mean, bad games happen. I mean, I've preached about that so many times.
Yeah, he's never been there before, and they're going to the playoffs either way. Either way. So I can't sit here and hate on Drake May for losing to the Bills when it was his first real big game in the NFL. Now, in college, he did lose some big games too. He lost some big games in college too. He lost the ACC title game.
He was on UNC. I mean,
he was at Carolina.
It was only him.
We had some dogs, but it wasn't good enough. Like the defense wasn't good. We had Josh Downs. We had great tight ends. We had a solid offensive line. We had Amari and Hampton. We had a great offense.
Oh yeah, Amari and Hampton, but I mean,
we had a great offense capable of scoring points, but the defense just couldn't keep us in bog. So I don't really necessarily put the big losses in college on Drake May. His big losses in the NFL, there's not a lot of them. He hasn't really had that many opportunities to play in big games so far in his career. So you can't really say that he's overrated or anything like that because there's not even really any evidence to any of that. So I don't know.
I'm back.
During your little venture, I just seen a thing. It says snubbed. Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, Devontae Adams, Jared Goff, Brian Thomas Jr., Derek Brown. The list goes on. Just goes back to what we were saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how Drake May is overrated. There's not really any evidence or much evidence at all so far that points either direction. That he's overrated or underrated or perfectly rated.
In my opinion, he's perfectly rated. But I mean, it's way too early to tell.
I mean, we'll have to see what happens in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. We'll have to see what happens in the playoffs. The NFC, your playoff picture. Here we go. Talk about the shakeup.
Hold on before you start that. And revelation to Kyle Pitts, I don't think he deserves to be in the Pro Bowl. That one good game does not make him deserve.
Oh yeah, no, I don't agree with that either. But it
I
was
mean,
just a
I
list,
get your point.
and
I get your point. But I'm just saying, like Kyle Pitts,
yeah. Um, NFC playoff picture. Number one, Seattle Seahawks, 12-3, first in the NFC West. They've clinched the playoff spot. Chicago Bears, number two, 11-4, first in the NFC North. They've clinched the playoff spot. Number three, Philadelphia Eagles, 10-5, first in the NFC East. They've officially clinched the playoff spot. Number five, San Francisco 49ers, 11-4, second in the NFC West. They've clinched the playoff spot. Number six, LA Rams. We'll talk about worst to first. Or first to worst. LA Rams 11-4, third in the NFC West. Not only did they drop in the NFC playoff picture, they dropped all the way to third in the division. Third in the NFC West, they've clinched a playoff spot. Your fourth place Carolina Panthers, baby, 8-7, first in the NFC South. 3% chance to make the playoffs. Wow.
oh my goodness, the hate is real. The hate is
Seven.
real.
Yeah, seventh Green Bay Packers 9-5-1, second in the NFC North, 93% chance to make the playoffs. The Lions lost, but they're still in eighth. 8-7, third in the NFC North, 7% chance to make the playoffs. Your 9 seed
Wow.
is already eliminated. The Minnesota Vikings 7-8, fourth in the NFC North, no chance to make the playoffs. 10th place, the Buccaneers 7-8, second in the NFC South with a 57% chance to make the playoffs. That is just filth. Just filth. They have to win out to make the playoffs, but they have a bigger chance to make the playoffs than the Panthers. Come on. Your take on the NFC.
I feel like something's gonna be in a deja vu moment. Back to when the Panthers won the division with the sub 50 record at seven
I,
and eight,
I
or
said that 2 weeks ago.
it could be an 8-9
Very
record that
similar.
gets into the playoffs.
8-1.
8-1. I mean, yeah, but my point still stands. Sub 50 record, and a May 8-1 would be 50%. I feel like
That would be counted as a sub 50 record because a loss counts or a tie counts for half a win, half a loss.
if that's
So
half and half, that would be 50 because 8-8, it's 50-50.
yeah, but that half would be
I'm
half
saying
eight
like
and nine, half 9-8. Like ties are really weird because if you tie, you have a half game deficit to someone with
it's also really rare to tie. So
yeah.
not the rules we
It's
have
like
now, at least.
if you come into the week 8-8 and you're tied with another team, if they win, your tie puts you a half game back. If they lose, that tie puts you a half game ahead. So ties are really weird. Like it
Mm,
really plays both ways, and it's really weird. Um, talking about the way the NFC has shifted this week. Let's talk about some clinching scenarios. I was going to start with the elimination scenarios, but let's look at these clinching scenarios. No, I'm right. The elimination scenario.
I was about to say, let's start with the elimination first.
Because I want to start with the NFC West. The Rams are out of the NFC West and one seed contention in 5 different ways.
Oh,
Five
I was
five
about to
ways
say.
this could play out. If they lose, it's done. That's number 1. Number 2, if they tie and Seattle ties. Number 3, if they tie, Seattle ties, and San Francisco. The chances of 3 teams tying in the same week are absolutely are like less than 0%.
One. I was
But
about to say.
but that's a way. A tie and a 49ers win, or a Seahawks win and a 49ers win. If the Seahawks and 49ers win, it doesn't matter what the Rams do. 5 different ways the Rams could lose the NFC West and the 1 seed this week. So that loss to the Seahawks could really come back to hurt them. The 49ers, they are
Sweet
out.
victory.
Yeah. The 49ers are out of the NFC West with a loss and a Seahawks win or tie, or a tie and a Seahawks win. They are also out on the 1 seed with a loss or a tie and Seahawks win. What about the NFC West? Strikes your interest.
Well, I mean, you already know. We got lucky. I will say that, but I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes. With that 2-point conversion, everybody thinks it's controversial. I think it's the right play. Everybody could say I'm biased for it, but I mean, if you look at the rule book, I mean, it's a fair catch or a fair fumble. And kudos to Zach for going to the end zone and picking it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if anybody else would have picked it up, it probably would have been ruled uh, no touchdown or no 2 point.
Yeah, I believe only an eligible receiver can advance the ball. So if it's beyond the only way, like an ineligible receiver, which is most of the time a lineman or a blocking tight end, the only way they can recover the fumble is if, or advance the ball is if it's behind the line of scrimmage. If it's beyond the line of scrimmage, it would be advanced. So only an eligible receiver can touch that ball and it count as a touchdown.
So I mean, either way, it's fair. And I knew the 49ers would win this Monday, so that was a no-brainer. The Colts I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. Philip Rivers is just why. Any hope they had lost
Still
away
has the
whenever
arm
Daniel
talent.
Jones got injured. You said what?
He still has the arm talent.
Oh yeah,
He's
don't get
still
me wrong.
accurate, but
He's an NFL quarterback. I mean, what can you say?
he's just
Father time.
he already couldn't move. He already was a pocket passer,
Making bad decisions.
and now he's older, and the little mobility he did have is gone.
Oh Lord, yeah.
So
He was always the slowest. Besides
yeah,
Tom Brady, but
I think that's a tough one for the Colts, and the 49ers are just, when healthy, the 49ers are just the more
they're a
talented
very
football
good
team.
team. They're a
Yeah.
good team. That being said, these next 2 weeks are going to be very, very crucial in determining the West because not only do the 49ers control their path, the Seahawks also control their path. Either team wins out, then they're in. And
Yeah.
the 49ers have a tougher task, though. They have to go through the Bears and then us. We only have to go through the Panthers, and that's no disrespect to the Panthers at all, but they're obviously on the average side.
I will say, and I'll use that to go with this. To clinch, the Seahawks are the only team out of the NFC West that can clinch something this week. Because the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks are all already in the playoffs. The Seahawks can clinch the 1 seed with a win and a Rams loss or tie and a 49ers tie. So they need the 49ers to tie this week to get the 1 seed. But the big thing is the NFC West division title. The Seahawks can clinch the division with a win and Rams loss or tie and 49ers loss or tie. Or a tie and Rams loss and 49ers. So in the off chance that the Seahawks tie with the Panthers, as long as the Rams and 49ers lose, you're still okay in terms of a division title. But to go with what you said, the Panthers, very winnable game for the Seahawks. Very winnable game.
That's why I said average, because they can beat the best teams and lose to the worst teams. It's weird.
But along with that, the Panthers, knock on wood, are undefeated against 1 seeds this year. They beat the Packers when they were number 1 in the NFC. They beat the Rams when they were number 1 in the NFC. And that happened in the rain at home. Panthers are at home, and there's a 40% chance of rain at kickoff.
Do not start with the jinxes.
But here's the thing, though. The Seahawks are not the Rams. The Seahawks do not play indoors. They play in the rain 90% of the time. So you can't just expect the weather to affect the opposing team like it did the Rams.
Yeah, Seahawks love the rain. I mean, we're always in the rain. So
they're used to the rain. They're used to the cold. Mm-hmm. The only thing that the Panthers have in terms of home field advantage in this is home field advantage in the crowd. Mm-hmm. But again, the Seahawks are used to loud environments. So this is going to be a good game, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to get out of hand. I don't think it's going to be a blowout in from either side.
I will say the only time it would be a blowout is if the Panthers or the Saints-Panthers show up. Falcons-Panthers show up, then there's nothing to worry about. You just got to worry about which Panthers have to show up.
Yeah, and yeah, for sure. And on the flip side of that, the Seahawks have to worry about what version of Sam Darnold shows up. Because let's be honest. How many picks did Sam Darnold throw against the Rams? 5?
2. 3 against in the first game.
Or was it
4 in the first game, 2 in the second game.
Yeah. So 6 in total. But he's had those moments where he's turned the ball over, or
Still
been
won.
careless with the football, found a way to win the game. But it's not very often that you turn the ball over a lot and still win the game.
Exactly, and that's a
So
testament to the team that the Seahawks have put together.
yeah. But the Panthers also show that it's possible to take the ball away and
Oh
still
no, their
lose.
defense is stifling. I'm worried.
They showed it's possible to take the ball away and lose.
Yeah, sure.
3 first half turnovers forced against the 49ers, still found a way to lose the game. But that's also because Bryce Young kept giving the ball back. So even though we forced more turnovers, we were also turning the ball over ourselves. So that I think the turnover battle is going to be critical against the Seahawks, just like it was against the Buccaneers. I should have said it out loud, but I knew that if I said it out loud, it wouldn't happen, and I would
Yeah.
look dumb. I was literally thinking to myself about midway through the second quarter, just how the game was going with the Panthers and Bucks. I told myself, whoever forces the first turnover is going to win this game. Just because I saw how the game was going. Game came down to 1 turnover. We got a takeaway late in the game. Baker made a mistake. Mike Evans made a mistake, and that was it. 1 turnover is all it took there at the end of the game.
Yeah, that huge turnover helped. Oh my goodness.
So I think it's going to be very much the same kind of scenario with Seattle. If it's going to come down to whoever takes the ball away, or it might even be who makes less mistakes.
Yep.
I don't really think it's going to be who outplays who. It's going to be who makes less mistakes, who turns the ball over less, who gets caught with penalties less.
But basically, if you
Especially
want them more,
yeah, especially with how Panther games have went this year. A lot of flags. Like these last couple of weeks, the Panthers have been flagged a lot, but I'm not going to get into it. But there's been a lot of flags in Panther games this year. Not necessarily for the Panthers, but these last few weeks it has been for the Panthers. A lot of flags thrown. Officials have been really strict in Panther games this year, and I don't really understand why. But not a lot of times have you seen defenders be able to hand fight with receivers. Not a lot of contact on the quarterback. So they've just been really strict. So I think it's going to come down to penalty yardage and limiting mistakes. That's going to make the difference, whether it be the Seahawks or Panthers winning the game.
it's going to be a group, though.
Definitely going to be a good game, and I'll be in the house, and it's going to be crazy. And speaking of the Panthers, I couldn't think of a better scenario. For my Panther heart, the fans of the Carolina Panthers who have been like longing for a situation like this, we can clinch a playoff spot this week. We can clinch the division title. So Panther Nation, we need to bring the noise, because here's the thing: Sam Darnold crumbles under pressure. That's just what it is. That's who he is. If he gets put in a tight spot, he's bound to make a mistake,
I'd say Crum was under pressure with the Rams win last week.
give or take. I'll give him, like, he's made some strides in the right direction. He's gotten better,
He's showing improvement. That's at least, that's all it needs.
but the track record shows he tends to crumble when stakes are the highest, and when he really feels the pressure of a situation or a game, he gets happy feet. He doesn't know what to do, and he makes a mistake. You against the Rams at one point, I told myself, "Oh, he's seeing ghosts again," because he was throwing to nobody. Huh?
Rams are top defense. So are the Panthers. It's going to be a straight defensive game. And that's what I'm saying. Bryce needs to worry because it's a top 5 defense. He has to really bring his A game.
Yeah, and that's the thing that made the difference for Sam Darnold in the Rams game, is that the Seahawks defense kept him in that game.
Yeah.
There was so many chances for the Rams to put the Seahawks out, to just knock them out, and they didn't. The defense came out and delivered. So back to my point, Sam Darnold likes to crumble under pressure, and I don't know if he realizes this, but Panther fans, Panther Nation does not like him. I've been saying it for 3 weeks now. Panther Nation does not like Sam Darnold because there's two things. Where was Tampa Baker Mayfield when he was in Carolina? Where was Minnesota and Seattle Sam Darnold when he was in Carolina? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Granted, it might have been a schematical issue. We had some coaching problems. But that's beside the point. We don't like you. You ruined any chance we had of any success because all you did in a Panther uniform was throw interceptions. We don't like you. Sam Darnold had a chance to win the division against the Bucs and crumbled. Went to sleep in Week 18 when the team fought with an interim head coach. To even be in that position was an honor, was a privilege, and we had a chance to go take the division in the final week, and Sam Darnold went to sleep when we needed him most. Panther fans do not like Sam Darnold. When he steps in the Bank of America Stadium, if I remember correctly, the last time he stepped on our field, he heard boos when he took the field. And that was in a Panther uniform. And he didn't do a thing. So, I believe Sam Darnold will come in here and turn the ball over. It's going to be up to the Seahawks defense to keep him in the game. If that happens, the Seahawks should win it.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Rams and the Panthers are going to show up, and that's my gut. I've been right. I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but I mean at least 85% of the time I've been right with these feelings, and I feel like the Panthers will show up this week.
Yeah,
going to give the Seahawks hell.
Dave Canales can motivate that team. If there's one thing,
I've doubted him, but
if there's one thing Dave Canales does right, it's motivating the team, getting them ready to play.
I've doubted him really bad, but I mean he's showing me why I need to shut my mouth and let him play. Because I mean he's working with what he has, and I mean I respect him for it. Let him get a good team. I mean sky's the limit.
The big thing about Dave Canales is his ability to build a scheme around his players, not put players around his scheme.
This is his second year, right?
Yeah, it's his second year.
Exactly. So he's learning.
He's built a scheme around what his players do best, and I believe that's what makes him a good coach. His play calling is shaky at times, but there's one thing you can't deny, and that's the Panthers. Every player in that locker room is willing to go to war for Dave Canales, and that's what you want to see.
Exactly.
Dave Canales can motivate that team to go play in a big game against a really good opponent. We've seen it against the Bucs. We've seen it against the Packers, the Rams, the Dolphins when we were down 17-0. We've seen it a couple times this year. So I don't know. This game is going to be a good one, and I'm going to be clinching the whole time. I see it coming. Or we're just going to go out there and get smacked. We're going to get blown out by 40. Who knows? We'll see. Moving on. Rest of these elimination scenarios. The Detroit playoffs. The Detroit Lions are out of the playoffs this week with a loss. Or Green Bay win. Of course, ties playing into that too, but I'm going to skip the ties because the chances of that happening are not likely. So with a loss or a Green Bay win, Lions are out. The Bucs are out of the NFC South race and playoff contention with a loss and Panther win or a tie and Panther win. So if the Panthers win, the Bucs have to win or it's over.
That's kind of why I'm rooting for the Panthers.
Yeah. I mean,
it's coming out on top.
That's what I was saying.
The bye week's really going to be crucial, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially for a team like the Seahawks who have really no experience. This would be our first time in the playoffs in a minute. We haven't really sniffed the playoffs. So, I mean, we really need the experience. The bye week would really help.
And the bigger question is, if the Panthers do manage to clinch the playoffs this week, what's going to happen next week? Do we rest our starters?
I hope not.
Do we keep the players' momentum going and let them play? You know, we haven't been in that scenario in a long time. So it's like the last time we were in this situation, it was I don't believe we were in this situation in 2017, but 2015 we were playing for an undefeated season. So there was, even though we had already clinched, there was reason for our starters to play.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like if we win the division this week, do we set our starters next week? I think we should. I think Bryce should play, but I think our starters should get limited snaps. That way it keeps them in game form. But
we sit them at half. play the first half and sit them the last half,
Yeah,
especially if it's
yeah.
in a comfortable win position.
Or vice versa, Let the young guys, backups play in the first half. Let the starters
That
come
would
in and try to steal a win, maybe.
that would be bad. Teams tend to play harder in the second half.
This
You
is
don't want
true.
you don't want your starters to
This is true.
get injured.
I don't know. I don't know. But either way, we have to clinch the
Anything happens.
division
You're right.
first. This whole conversation could be pointless if the Panthers lose this week.
Right.
So I don't know. Green Bay could clinch the NFC North, or sorry, would be out of the NFC North with a loss or tie and Bears tie or a Bears win. So if they both tie, it's over. If the Packers lose, it's over. The Bears win, it's over.
Williams, man.
We've already talked about the Rams and 49ers. The Bears would be out of the 1 seed with a loss or a tie and Seahawks win or tie. The Ravens are out of the AFC North and playoff contention with a loss or Steelers win. The Colts are out of playoff contention with a loss, Houston win or Tampa Bay win, San Fran win, LA win, Buffalo win, Baltimore win, and Chiefs win. I don't see why the NFC right there plays part in the AFC playoff, but I guess maybe because they're playing AFC teams. I don't know. I mean, the Bucks play the Dolphins. I don't know who the 49ers, Rams play. Maybe they're playing AFC teams. I don't know. But if the Bucks, 49ers, Rams, Bills, Ravens, Chiefs all win, the Colts miss the playoffs. The Bills, yeah, that's crazy. The Bills are out of the AFC East with a loss and the Patriots win or a tie and Patriots win. The Texans are out of the AFC South with a loss and Jaguars win or a tie, Jaguars win. And the Chargers are out of the AFC West with a loss and Denver win or a tie in Denver. The rest of your clinching scenarios. The Bears can clinch the NFC North, with a win, number one, a tie and Green Bay tie or a Green Bay loss. The Bears don't have to win as long as the Packers lose.
Yeah.
If they want to clinch the division this week. Carolina can clinch the NFC South with a win and Tampa loss or a tie and Tampa loss. Green Bay can clinch a playoff spot with a win or tie and a Lions loss or tie. So the Packers don't have to win as long as the Lions lose. And if you want to win the North, you need the Bears to lose. So with that, before we wrap up here, we're going into the last 10 minutes. I'll ask you some questions here. We're going to go back to the elimination scenarios. Do the Lions stay alive or are they out?
I feel like they're out. Last up was beating the Steelers. They're gonna need a miracle now. 7% isn't very high, and with that being said, it's grim for them. Remember, everybody showed up at their doorstep and said it's time.
Are the Packers out of the NFC North? Or will they stay alive?
And it's hard to say that the Bears are gonna find a way to lose after beating the Packers. I feel like they beat the 49ers. 49ers might not come into play today, or not today, but Sunday.
Did the Rams fumble the bag?
Did they or do they?
Did they?
Oh yeah.
Because if they lose this week, they lose the NFC West and the 1 seed.
In the matter of 3 or 4 days, they went from first in the NFC to sixth in the NFC.
First in the NFC West to third.
Yeah, they sealed their fate, and it's kind of bittersweet actually because the Rams were talking all this mess. The fans, not Rams, but yeah, they were talking all this mess, saying how we're gonna lose, how we stand no chance, and even starting the fourth quarter, they were waving goodbye. Yeah. It was way too bittersweet for them to be way back down there when they were clowning on the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Do the Bears have a chance at the 1 seed?
Yes, but I don't think they will get it.
So your answer is no.
I mean, my answer is yes. I think they have a chance, but I don't think they're going to get it.
Are the Ravens still alive in the AFC North, or are they toast?
They're toast. That loss sealed their fate.
I think I asked you last week who would win the division, the Steelers or Ravens, and you said the Steelers. Now it's like, did they even get in?
I also said the Patriots, even though the Ravens, who were highly favored for some reason, everybody thought they were going to win. I knew they wasn't. So,
which props to them. They started like 1-5, so to even be in this scenario is.
Oh yeah.
Props to them for never.
But they should have never even started 1-5. But I mean, that's the NFL for you.
Yeah. I believe, the writing's on the wall. Are the Colts finished? Which you said it
Yeah.
earlier.
I don't think Philip Rivers has enough left in the tank to push for the playoffs.
Can the Bills force a division title game in Week 18? Or are they done?
What's the stipulations? They need a win and a Patriots loss.
If they lose and the Patriots win, the division race is over.
But if they win and then the Patriots lose, they have a chance, or if they both
If
win,
if
they
if
have
they
a chance.
if they win, they have a chance.
So
The
if they both
Patriots
win,
doesn't
they
matter.
have a chance.
If they win, the Patriots doesn't matter. But if they lose and the Patriots win, then the Patriots take the division.
I don't know. It's too close to call for me. I feel like the Bills have a chance, but I mean, the Patriots, I did say they were the best in the NFL, and I mean, I find it hard for them to. And I also said the Broncos might get one seed, but I mean, it's looking real grim now. They have a chance to lose out on that one seed.
Do the Seahawks win the NFC West this week?
No, unless they beat the Panthers.
Two more here. Do the Panthers win the NFC South this week?
I'm hoping yes, but probably not. But I think they get in with if they lose and the Buccaneers lose, don't they still get in, or they have a chance to?
If we lose, no matter what, we're playing Week 18 for the division. The only way we
Clinches with
stay
the
al-
win and then loss.
the only way we can clinch the division without winning the game is a tie and the Bucks lose. And finally, the Packers. Do they clinch a playoff spot this week, or do the Lions ruin their day?
Packers are in.
Because if the Lions win, the jury's still out on the Packers.
I think the Packers win this week. They're coming in pretty hot. I mean, they lost to the Bears, but I mean, they also almost won it. They lost by like a last second touchdown. The Lions, they're going downhill and downhill fast. They're looking one dimensional. So yeah, I feel like they're out.
Some good takes. Well, we will see. We have a Christmas special coming up here on Down the Seams. Some point later in the playoffs, we're going to do our own award show. We're going to give out some awards we're going to list some guys who we think are deserving of some awards. One of them, I'm calling them I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm going to give an award to the coach who avoided being fired. Which, little sneak peek, I think it's going to be Mike McDaniel in Miami. Speaking of Mike McDaniel, we got a name wrong last week.
Why? He
We
deserves to get fired.
we got a name wrong last week. We said Mike McDaniel was the head coach in Seattle. I couldn't remember his name. It's Mike McDonald.
I was about to say something like
That's why I can't
It's just
ever
so
remember
similar.
his name. They're
Yeah.
so similar. But yeah, I think Mike McDaniel is the coach that I don't know what I'm gonna title the award yet, but it's gonna be something to do with the hot seat and like cooling it off.
You need a down the seam award for the best or the most improved or something.
Yeah,
Or the most
yeah,
outstanding.
yeah. We'll get it figured out. But either way, we appreciate you all listening or watching, whether you're on Spotify or YouTube. And this has been the Down the Seam Podcast. Brandon, do you have anything else to add here at the end?
Here's hoping to 2 more good weeks of football because it's getting really real, and this is when it all kicks off.
Division races tightening up, playoff lives on the line.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for doing this with me.
Appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, and we will see you guys next week. Appreciate you all.